as everybody else does. Let me start way back, even before the internet was around. Let's pick up during the years I owned a nightclub. In the dead of winter, we had a beach party. All the girls were in bikinis and the guys were in swimsuits. So what? You say, well, it's a neat idea, but how can that apply to you? The basic premise here was to switch activities normally associated with a particular season. In this case, beach parties were in the summer, obviously. I had mine in the dead of winter. So what could you do that is out of season? Could you do a Black Friday sale in August and promote it as getting a jump on Amazon or something like that? Another thing we did was hold ladies only classy male dancer nights once a month. This packed in 400 screaming females with hundreds of guys waiting to get in after the show. And of course, they were drinking like fish in our other bar while they were waiting. Now, you might think, that's not much of a big deal, Tom. Well, it sure was in those days when those kinds of shows were only in big cities and Las Vegas. Now, I'm not suggesting you peel off your clothes and pretty much sell sex and booze, right? But I'm just saying you have to think of what you could present in your field that maybe is ahead of its time or something that was only seen in other industries. That's why I never complain about the beginning of my speaking career, where in the first 5 years I spoke in 87 different industries. Yeah, it was hard because I'm a big stickler on customization. But I saw some sales techniques in one industry, and when I presented that technique to another industry, they thought I was some kind of genius. Well, no, I'm not a genius. I just pay attention to what other people are doing and either adapt it or take it to places where no one has seen it before. And like I just said, you should research other industries and you will most likely see techniques, products, and services that could be adapted and presented to your industry. Then you can be a genius. All right, let's jump to right after the nightclub years. That was a pretty low point in my life. I was on my way to being a millionaire before I was 30 in the nightclub business, and then the drinking age went from 18 to 21 and wiped me out. I had the second biggest nightclub in the state, but I lost $400,000. I got hurt with no health insurance, and in 1986, I couldn't walk. I was living alone in a vacant house on a mattress with a table, a chair, and something probably most of you have never even seen, a black and white TV. Well, I surrounded myself with humor books to keep my spirits up, and I was living off credit cards, and one day I was watching Candid Camera on that little black and white TV. And that's when I got the idea for my entertainment company, Prankmasters. See, everybody loved Candid Camera, but nobody could really participate in it unless they happen to get caught by the Candid Camera and live in California. So I took that idea long before Punk'd and Jackass and all those other crazy shows were. This was in the 1988, somewhere around, and brought it to the entertainment industry where people could actually participate in it. So I knew I would need a big city to do this, so I moved to Washington, D.C. area, and I starved to death for the first 6 months. All we had in those days was Yellow Page ads that took a long time before the next Yellow Pages would come out, and ads in the back of Washingtonian magazine. So I starved for 6 months, but I was doing this crazy stuff. We had over-the-hill preachers, and I had caskets that I would take to set up for your over-the-hill birthday party. And there's long stories there. They're just hysterical. But anyway, for this purpose, it was crazy enough that the Washington Times picked up and did a feature article on me. It brought the casket down, did a photo shoot with me dressed like a priest, and it was crazy. So business started picking up.